Now the question is, if A and B are two orthogonal matrices, it means A into A transpose, it is equal to I, and B into B transpose, it is also equal to I. Now we take determinant, then determinant of A is either +1 or -1. In the same way, determinant of B will be +1 or -1. Now it says, if determinant of A plus determinant of B is 0, now it'll be 0 when one of them is +1 and the other one is -1. So without loss of generality, we'll assume that determinant of A is 1 and determinant of B is -1. Now, which of the following it must be correct? Now, we'll start with determinant of A plus B. Now, we can write determinant of A plus B as determinant of A plus B into determinant of A transpose. Since determinant of A transpose, we have assumed it as 1. So, it will be this A into A transpose plus B into A transpose. Now A into A transpose is I, so we can write this as I and plus B into A transpose. Now we can write I as B into B transpose. So we'll write this as B into B transpose plus B into A transpose. Now we can write this as determinant of B into determinant of B transpose plus A transpose. Now determinant of B is -1. And determinant of A transpose is same as determinant of A. So we can write this as determinant of A plus B. Now if we take it on the left hand side, then we can write determinant of A plus B will be 0. So option B is correct. Now determinant of A plus B is 0 and determinant A plus determinant B is also 0. That means this option A is also correct. So the correct options are A and B. Now question number 37 is, if fx equals 0, then we need to find number of distinct real roots. Now what we'll do is, we'll first write R1 as R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. So everywhere it will be x plus 3a. So we can take this x plus 3a common. We'll get x plus 3a and then it will be 1, 1, 1, 1, a, x, a, x, a, and then a, and x, and this is equal to 0. Now what we'll do is, we'll write C1 as C1 minus C2, C2 as C2 minus C3, and C3 as C3 minus C4. So we can write this as x plus 3a, and here it will be 0, a minus x, 0, 0, it will be 0, x minus a minus x, 0, and then 0, 0, x minus a minus x, and will be 1, a, x, and it will be 0. Now if we expand it about this first row, then we can write this as x plus 3a into a minus x whole cube equals to 0. So the value of x is either minus 3a or the value of x is a. Now if a is non-zero real, that means number of distinct real roots will be 2, and that's your option number B. Another way of solving the same question can be, we can write this matrix as matrix consisting of 4 blocks. This is A and this is B. So we can write this matrix Fx as A, B, B, A. Now determinant of Fx, it will be determinant of A plus B into determinant of A minus B, and if it is 0, then either determinant of A plus B is 0 or determinant of A minus B is 0. Now we'll take A plus B, we can write this as x plus A, 2a, x plus A, either it will be 0 or we'll write x minus A, 0, 0, x minus A, it will be 0. So from here we can write x plus a whole square minus 4a square is equal to 0. So a plus b, a minus b. So we'll get x plus 3a into x minus a as 0 or x minus a whole square equals to 0. So the value of x is again either minus 3a or the value of x is a. So again number of distinct real solutions is 2. So we can solve it using determinant properties or we can solve it using block matrices. Now the question is, if alpha, beta, gamma are 3 real numbers, then this matrix A, which is given by 1 cos alpha minus beta, cos alpha minus gamma, beta minus alpha, 1 beta minus gamma, gamma minus alpha, gamma minus beta, and 1 is which of the following? Now clearly this matrix is a symmetric matrix because around the diagonal elements they are same. Cos minus theta is same as plus cos theta. So this matrix, it is a symmetric matrix. That means this option B, it is simply correct. Now what about determinant of A? Now if we write determinant of A, now this is cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. This is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So we'll write this as cos alpha sin alpha 0, and here it will be cos alpha sin alpha 0. Next one will be cos beta sin beta 0 and cos gamma sin gamma 0, and here it will be cos beta sin beta 0 cos gamma sin gamma 0. Now both these determinants, they are 0. So basically this matrix, it is a singular matrix. So the correct options are A and B. And determinants, there is one more property, and which is determinant of I plus AB, where A and B are invertible square matrices, then it will be equal to determinant of I plus BA. Now if suppose determinant of A is unequal to 0, now if we write determinant of I plus AB into determinant of A, we can write this as A plus A into BA. Now we'll take A common from the left. So it will be determinant of A into I plus BA, and which is determinant of A into determinant of I plus BA. Now this determinant of A will cancel. So we can write determinant of I plus AB will be equal to determinant of I plus BA, provided determinant A is unequal to 0. Now the question is, let A and B a n cross n matrix in which diagonal elements are 1, 2, 3 up to n. So this A, it is given by this matrix which is 1, 2, 3 up to n, and all other elements are equal to n. So all other elements, they are simply n. Then which of the following options are correct? Now what we'll do is, we'll write R1 as R1 minus Rn, R2 as R2 minus Rn, in the same way Ri as Ri minus Rn till Rn minus 1. Now we can write this determinant of A as, now this is 1 minus n, 0, 0, 0. This is 0, 2 minus n, 0, 0 and 0, and it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, will be n minus 1 minus n, which is minus 1, 0, and then it will be this n, 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 all n's. Now here from this first row we'll take n minus 1 common, from the second row we'll take n minus 2 common, here we'll take 1 common, and here we'll take n common, so we'll get n, n minus 1, n minus 2 up to 3, 2 and 1, and then we'll be left with this determinant which is minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 0 minus 1, 0, 0, 0, and then minus 1, 0, and finally we have this 1, 1, 1 and 1. Now if we expand about this column, then its product will be minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, n minus 1 times. So value of determinant of A will be simply minus 1 to the power n minus 1 into factorial n. Now minus 1 to the power n minus 1, it is same as minus 1 to the power n plus 1. So we can also write this as minus 1 to the power n plus 1 into factorial, which means this option C is correct and this matrix A is non-singular for all n. So correct options are B and C. Now here the question is, we need to find expression for determinant A in terms of A, B and n. Now in each column we have one A and we have n minus 1 B's. So what we'll do is, we'll write R1 as R1 plus R2 up to Rn, and then we'll take A plus n minus B common. So this determinant of A will be A plus n minus 1 into B, and here in the first row we'll have 1, 1, 1 and 1, and here will be BA, B and B will be BBA, B up to B, and finally it will be BB, and this is A. Now what we'll do is we'll write R2 as R2 minus BR1, R3 as R3 minus BR1, any Ri as Ri minus BR1. Now we can write this determinant as A plus n minus 1 into B, and here will be 1, 1, 1 n times. Now this is B minus B 0, here will be A minus B, and B minus B everywhere will be 0. Now for the next one again, B minus B is 0, B minus B is 0, and then again it will be A minus B, so it will be 0, 0, A minus B, and finally it will be 0, 0, 0, and then A minus B. Now we expand this determinant about this first column, it will be A minus B, A minus B, A minus B, n minus 1 times. So determinant of A will be A plus n minus 1 into B into A minus B to the power n minus 1. Now the question is, suppose this determinant holds for some positive integer n, then we need to find this summation k varies from 0 to n, n c k upon k plus 1. Now first we'll find these entries. Now this summation k, it is nothing but it is sum of first n natural numbers, which is n plus 1 by 2. Now this summation k varies from 0 to n, n c k into k. Now we solve this using this summation, which is 1 plus x to the power n, and it is n c k x to the power k, where k varies from 0 to n, and if we differentiate both sides, we'll get n 1 plus x to the power n minus 1. It'll be this summation k varies from 0 to n, k n c k into x to the power k minus 1. Now if we put k as 1, we'll get summation k n c k, it'll be n into 2 to the power of n minus 1. So this summation n c k into k, it is n into 2 to the power of n minus 1. Now we need n c k into k square. Now for that, what we'll do is we'll first multiply this with x. So now it'll become x to the power k, and we'll differentiate again. We'll write nx n minus 1, 1 plus x to the power n minus 2, and then plus n into 1 plus x to the power n minus 1, and it will be equal to this summation k varies from 0 to n, k square n c k x to the power k minus 1. Now again, if we put x as 1, we'll get this as this summation k square n c k. Now here we'll take n common and 2 to the power n minus 2 common. So it will be n 2 to the power of n minus 2, and here we'll get n plus 1 plus 2. So it will be n plus 1 2 to the power of n minus 2. So this summation k square n c k is n plus 1 2 to the power of n minus 2, and finally we have this summation, which is summation n c k into 3 to the power k. Now here we just need to put x as 3, so it will be nothing but it is 4 to the power n or 2 to the power 2n. So now we have all the 4 entries. Now we can write this determinant as this determinant, and here will be n plus 1 by 2. Now this is n plus 1 2 to the power of n minus 2. Here will be n into 2 to the power of n minus 1, and this one is 2 to the power of 2n. And if this determinant is 0, then we'll get n plus 1, and this is 2 to the power of 2n minus 1 minus n square into n plus 1 2 to the power of 2n minus 3 will be equal to 0. Now we can cancel n plus 1 n, and we can take 2 to the power of 2n minus 3 common. Then we'll get 4 minus n equals 0. That is, the value of n is 4. So from here we'll get the value of n as 4. Now if we take n as 4 and we have to find this summation, we know that this summation is 2 to the power of n plus 1 minus 1 upon n plus 1, and we get this by integrating 1 plus x to the power n from 0 to 1 both sides. Now the value of n is 4, so it will be 2 to the power 5 minus 1 upon 5, which is 32 minus 1, 31, 31 upon 5, and which is 6.2. So answer to this question is 6.2. Now here the question is, find the maximum value of determinant of an arbitrary 3 cross 3 matrix A, each having entries as plus 1 or minus 1. Now we choose this A as A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, and C1, C2, and C3. We can write this as A1, B2, C3 minus A1, C2, B3 minus A2, B1, C3 plus A2, C1, B3 plus A3, B1, C2 minus A3, B2, C1. Now we can also write this as A1, B2, C3 plus A2, B3, C1 plus A3, B1, C2 minus A1, C2, B3 plus A2, B1, C3 plus A3, B2, C1. So this is your determinant of A. Now each of A, B, C, they can take the value only plus 1 and minus 1. So each of A, I, B, J and C, K, it can be either plus 1 or minus 1. Now since we have 6 expressions, each with plus minus value, our first hypothesis is maximum value of determinant of A is 6. Now it will be 6 when this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, and this is minus 1, minus 1 and minus 1. Now if we multiply all these three, we'll get A1, A2, A3, and then B1, B2, B3, and then C1, C2 and C3. And this value will be 1. Now if we multiply all these three, we'll get A1, A2, A3. So it will be A1, A2, A3 into now B1, B2, B3 into C1, C2, C3. Now this is minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. It will be minus 1, which is a contradiction. So maximum value of determinant of A, it cannot be 6. Now if we talk about determinant of A equals 5. Now since we have 6 expressions, its sum, it can never be 5. So now the maximum possible value of determinant of A is 4. And with simple try, you can work out any determinant, say 1. Here you can take any one, plus or minus 1, and then 1. Now here we need 2, so it will be 1, 1, minus 1, 1. Here we need 0, and here we need again 2, and we'll get this 2 as minus 1, 1. Now if we expand this determinant, its value will be 4. So the maximum possible value of determinant will be 4, and that is the answer to this question. Now the question is, if fn is alpha to the power n plus beta to the power n, then we need to simplify this determinant, which is 3. Now 1 plus f1 is 1 plus alpha plus beta, and 1 plus f2 is 1 plus alpha square plus beta square. Now this is 1 plus alpha plus beta, 1 plus alpha square plus beta square, 1 plus alpha cube plus beta cube, 1 plus alpha square plus beta square, and here will be 1 plus alpha cube plus beta cube, and finally we'll have 1 plus alpha to the power 4 beta to the power 4. Now we can actually express this as product of two determinants. Now this is 1, 1, 1, and here also we'll have 1, 1 and 1. Now we need 1 plus alpha plus beta, so it is 1 alpha beta, and here will be 1 alpha square beta square, and this we can take 1 alpha beta and 1 alpha square and beta square. Now basically value of these two determinants, it is same because they are A and A transpose. So we can write this as determinant of 1, 1, 1, 1 alpha beta and 1 alpha square beta square whole square. Now this is nothing but this is 1, 1, 1, a, b, c, a square, b square and c square. And we know that it is a minus b minus c and c minus a. So value of this determinant will be 1 minus alpha, 1 minus beta and alpha minus beta whole square. Now this value, it is equal to k into this expression. So clearly value of k in this case is 1 and that's your option 1. Now here the question is, if the entries in a 3x3 determinant are either 0 or 1, then the greatest value of their determinant is. Now let us choose a determinant which is a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3 and c1, c2 and c3. Now we expand this determinant, we'll write a1 and this is b2, c3 minus c2, b3 minus a2 b1 c3 minus c1 b3 plus a3 b1 c2 minus c1 b2. Now we can write this as a1 b2 c3 plus a2 b3 c1 plus a3 b1 c2 minus a1 b3 c2 minus a2 b1 c3 and minus a3 c1 and b2. Now any ai's, bi's and ci's, they can take the value 0 and 1. So value of any product, it is either 0 or 1. Each value can be either plus 1 or 0. Now this value will be maximum if it is 1, 1 and 1, and here we have 0, 0 and 0. In that case, determinant of A will be 3. But here we do have a problem. We multiply all these terms, then we'll get A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2, C3. It is 1. And we multiply these 3, then I'll get A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2, C3. It is 0. Now this product, it cannot be 1 and 0 simultaneously. So that means this determinant, it cannot take the value 3. So the next possible value of this determinant is simply 2. And we may choose any determinant to show that it can take a value 2. Say for example, we can choose this determinant which is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1 and 1, 1, 0. Value of this determinant is simply 2. So the maximum possible value of determinant is 2 and that's your option 2 also. Now here the question is, let P be this 3 cross 3 matrix and Q be this matrix Bij where Bij is 2 to the power I plus j into Aij. Now it says if determinant of P is 2, then we need to find determinant of matrix Q. Now we can write this matrix Q as 2 square A11, then it will be 2 cube A12, 2 to the power 4 A13. Now second row first column will be 2 cube A21, 2 to the power 4 A22, 2 to the power 5 A23 and then it will be 2 to the power 4 A31, 2 to the power 5 A32 and 2 to the power 6 A33. Now if we take determinant of Q, we'll write this as 2 square A11, 2 cube A12 and 2 to the power 4 A13. Here will be 2 cube A21, 2 to the power 4 A22, 2 to the power 5 A23, 2 to the power 4 A31, 2 to the power 5 A32 and 2 to the power 6 A33. Now from this first row we'll take 2 square common, from this second row we'll take 2 cube common and from this third row we'll take 2 to the power 4 common. So now we can write this determinant of Q as, now this is 2 to the power 5 plus 4 9, so it will be 2 to the power 9 and then we'll have A11, A21, A31 and here will be 2 A12, 2 A22, 2 A23 and here we'll have 2 square A13, 2 square A23 and 2 square A33. From this column we'll take 2 common, and from this column we'll take 2 square common. So it'll be 2 to the power 12, and then we'll have this A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23 and A31, A32 and A33, which is nothing but determinant of P. So it'll be 2 to the power 12 into determinant of P. Now determinant of P is 2. So this value will be 2 to the power 13. So the determinant of matrix Q is 2 to the power 13, and that's your option D. Now here the question is, let alpha be the repeated root of quadratic equation fx equals 0. So we can write this fx as sum a into x minus alpha square. Now if alpha is repeated root of fx, we know that f alpha is 0 and f dash alpha is 0. Now we are given 3 polynomials of degree 3, 4 and 5, which are expressed as ax, bx and cx. Now let us take this as sum gx, and it is given by this determinant ax, bx, cx, a alpha, b alpha, c alpha, and this is a dash alpha, b dash alpha and c dash alpha. Now if we find g alpha will be a alpha, b alpha, c alpha, and this is a alpha, b alpha, c alpha, and this is a dash alpha, b dash alpha and c dash alpha. Now here we have 2 identical rows. That means value of this determinant is 0. So from here we can say alpha is a root of this polynomial gx. Now if we find g dash x will be, now first we'll differentiate this first row. It'll be a dash x, b dash x, c dash x, and then other 2 rows they'll be as it is. And plus if we differentiate other rows, since they are constant, value of both the determinants will be simply 0. So this is our g dash x. Now if we find g dash alpha, then g dash alpha will be a dash alpha, b dash alpha, c dash alpha, and this is a alpha, b alpha, c alpha, and this is a dash alpha, b dash alpha and c dash alpha. Again we have 2 identical rows. That means g dash alpha is also 0. So this alpha is a double root of gx. That means this gx, it is of the form sum x minus alpha square into some polynomial, say px. That is, this gx, it is divisible by fx, and which is what we need to prove. Now the question is, if AB equals BA square and B to the power 5 equals I, then which of the following is correct? Now we have done a similar question, so what we'll do is we'll write AB square. Now AB square will be B A square B, which is BA into AB. Now we can write this AB as BA square, so it will be BA square. Again we can write this AB as BA square, so it will be B square A to the power 4. And the same way we can write AB cube. Now AB cube will be B square A to the power 4 into B. Now we can write AB as BA square, so it will be B square A cube, and AB is BA square. Again we can write this AB as, this is B square A square, and AB will be BA square, so it will be BA square A square. Now again we write A, so it will be B square A into AB, and this is A to the power 4. Now AB is again BA square, so it will be B square, and this is AB a to the power 6 and AB is b a square. So it will be b cube a to the power 8. So the pattern is AB is ba square, AB square is b square into a to the power 4, AB cube is b cube into a to the power 8. So we can write a b to the power n will be b to the power n, and this is a 2 to the power n. Now if we take n as 5, then we can write a b to the power 5 will be equal to b to the power 5 into a, and 2 to the power 5 is 32. Now b to the power 5 is I, so we can write a to the power 32 equals a, and a and b are non-singulars. If we multiply it with its inverse, we can write a to the power 31, it is equal to I, and that's your option B. Now here the question is, if A is a 3 cross 3 matrix such that determinant of A is 5, then we need to find determinant of A into adjoint of A. Now we know that A into adjoint of A is determinant of A into In. Now determinant of A, it is some constant, so it will be determinant of A cube into determinant of In. Now determinant of A cube will be 125 and determinant of I is 1. So determinant of A into adjoint A will be simply 125. Now the question is, if P is a non-singular matrix and A and B are two matrices such that this B is P inverse of AP, then true statement among the following are. Now we find determinant of B. Determinant of B will be determinant of P inverse AP, which is determinant of P inverse into determinant of A into determinant of P. Now determinant of P inverse is 1 upon determinant of P into determinant of A into determinant of P will cancel. So from here we'll get this condition that determinant of B is equal to determinant of A. So if A is invertible, then B is also invertible. So this option A, it is correct. Now if we find B to the power n, now B to the power n is P inverse A P to the power n, and it will be P inverse AP into P inverse AP, and will continue up to n times. Now multiplication is associative. So if we take P into P inverse, it will be this I, and A into I is A. So it will be A into A into A n times. So we can write this as P inverse A to the power n into P. Basically this option B is also correct. A and B are both singular. It doesn't hold for every matrix A and B. Now if we look at the C, this C is actually characteristic equation of A and B. Now we can write this B equals P inverse AP as PB equals AP. Now if we take this right hand side, we can write P inverse A minus lambda into P. Now if we multiply it with P inverse, we can write P inverse into A minus lambda P inverse, and if we multiply it with P, we can write P inverse AP minus lambda P inverse into P. Now this is nothing but B. So this is B minus lambda, and P inverse into P is I. So B minus lambda I is equal to P inverse A minus lambda I into P. And this is very standard result in eigenvalues. So if lambda is eigenvalue of B, then lambda is also an eigenvalue for P inverse AP. So the correct options are A, B and C. Now the next property of rank of a matrix is rank of a null matrix is 0. So the only matrix whose rank is 0 is a null matrix. Next one is, if we have a square matrix A which is n cross n, then a rank of A, it can only be n if determinant of A is unequal to 0. That means this matrix A, it is invertible. Now the next one is, if A is any matrix whose order is n cross n, and we have any matrix B, order of B is n cross k such that rank of B is n, then rank of AB will be equal to rank of A. If A is m cross n and C is a matrix whose order is L cross m and rank of C is m, then also rank of CA will be equal to rank of A. And the next one is, if A is a matrix whose order is m cross n and B is a matrix whose order is n cross k, then rank of A plus rank of B minus n, it is always less than or equal to rank of AB. And this inequality is called as Sylvester's rank inequality. And this we have already done, and which is rank of A plus B is always less than or equal to rank of A plus rank of B.